welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexandra, and today is an extremely exciting video that I have been waiting months to release. I have some big news, as you can probably tell by the title. Keep watching, because that big news is going to be announced in this vlog. But first, I want to give a huge shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, for making this episode happen. More about them later. Let's get started. Today's video is going to be more vloggy style because I have a very exciting announcement. Team AG is getting a brand new office space. It's gonna be the place where we film, where we prep, where we work every day. My team is quickly expanding, so I have an editor, James, who is a longtime friend of mine. He's incredible. He makes all the videos on this channel look amazing. So he is gonna come join the team full-time in the fall. Of course, you guys all know Alana. And then I have Carla, who is my part-time shooter, and Kayla, who edits all of the vlogs, some sponsored content. Sometimes she takes on makeovers. She won't be working in the office, and neither will Carla, but Alana, James, and I will be working there all day, every day. I feel so extremely grateful to be able to be expanding my business and to have outgrown this treehouse. Alana and I have been working at my dining table every day since last year, and it's just gotten to be too much. I want to show you guys what the loft looks like, and then you'll be like, oh, I understand. You don't have enough room in your house. Okay, look. No matter how many times we organize it, it always looks like this. So that's gotta change, and the studio is going to allow us to have more space, and honestly, to just have a better like work-life balance situation. Why is this so dark? Why is it so dark? What's happening? The studio we found is an old like warehouse type building, and they're actually renovating the whole building to be divided into suites, or like, you know, little apartments. They're not apartments, studios. I've already seen it, but Alana has not seen the studio yet. So we are going to go and take a look at it. But the really exciting thing is that we are gonna obviously be creating a brand new series out of it, but we're gonna be renovating it. So we're gonna be adding a kitchen, we're gonna be adding floors, we're going to be decorating it, and you'll notice that it is very bare bones. So I cannot wait to take you guys along on this journey. Before I actually reveal the space, I wanted to give you guys just a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart. I feel like YouTubers always do this. They're like, thank you so much. But honestly, I get to live out my dreams. I get to have a studio and a business and employees, and I like literally have full body goosebumps. I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know why I can think that you'd be able to see my goosebumps. It's just very exciting, and it's literally all down to you guys showing up here every week. So let's go. Let's head to the studio. So excited. Are you coming to the studio? Actually, fun fact, Lottie has a brand new backpack because she's gonna be coming to the office with us every day. And she loves it. Right, Lots? You love your backpack. You guys, I know it's ridiculous. Anyways, I will put a link to this backpack if anyone wants it. It just gives them like more room to move around, and she likes looking out the little, the little bubble, and she likes it. She walks in by herself all the time. Right, Lots? Okay, for real. Let's go to the studio. Are you excited? Okay. Okay. And then this is it. Oh my gosh. It's so perfect. You like it? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like anything much right now, but that's such a great light. Wow. We're gonna make it something sweet. Awesome. I can't wait. I feel like you guys are gonna be shocked because it just looks like a construction zone, which it is. And honestly, I didn't think I'd want to take on a project like this, but I think it's going to be so fun and something really different, and the transformation in the space is going to be massive. But yeah, take a good look, guys, because this is the before. I want to give a shout out to Jeremy, who actually used to be a crew member on Buyer DIY way back when. That's how I met him. He is now a real estate agent. He is so fantastic. He worked tirelessly to help me find a new space. He basically held my hand through the whole process and explained everything to me. He came to the bank with me. I will leave all of his contact info down below. If you are looking to rent a commercial space, buy a home, he's your guy, and he's just so nice, loves what he does. So all his contact info will be down below. First thoughts?
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be a project, which I was saying to the vlog, I didn't think that I wanted to take on a project like this, but it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be so fun. And it's gonna be different for us because we're not used to actually renovating and having a contractor renovate stuff, so very excited. Also, we need a series name for the new studio series, so if you have any suggestions,
Let us know.
let us know. Also, Alana made a good point that the walls are kind of pink out here, and our window is up here. She was like, it kind of casts a pinkish hue into the studio. I'm like, so on brand, just so on brand. I want to pause this video to chat about this week's sponsor, Squarespace. You guys know I work with them a ton, and that is because I have a Squarespace website and I love it. It's an appropriate sponsor for today's video because we are talking about an office, we're talking about rebranding. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to helping you run your business. So if you want to start a blog or a store, Squarespace is the place to do it, and they have so many tools to help you kind of make it an all-in-one platform. You can also send out email campaigns to all of your readers or all of your customers, look back at analytics to see what blog performed well, which ones didn't, and the email campaign feature is one that I've been using a lot for my own storefront. So I recently launched a virtual design package, and I have been so impressed with how easy it has been to set up this storefront, to be able to send out my virtual packages to clients all from this one platform. If you guys haven't checked out my website yet, I would highly suggest that you do so. It was all built on Squarespace, and if you want a similar vibe or look to your website, head to squarespace.com to start your free trial and use my code for 10% off your first website or domain. Hi guys, so we're at the studio. I guess this is the first official day of planning the space. Chico's, oh my, that's our ladder. Leave it to Chico to be here for 5 minutes and find a ladder after I just said, how can we put a ladder in here? Yes, yes, that's so perfect. Renos start on October 1st for us, but the building is doing all of their renos very shortly. So Alana, Chico, and I have come by, and we're just gonna start taking measurements, taking photos. When I get back home, I'm going to show you guys what I'm actually planning for the space. Once I have photos, I can see it all so clearly. So actually watching it all come to life is gonna be so fun. Alana, how excited are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
200.
One thing I found really helpful in this process was to kind of have an idea of some of the products I wanted to have in the space. So I know the desks were getting all ready. I knew that I wanted a big harvest table near the kitchen area. So it was great to have those measurements in my back pocket for this day. And what we did was literally just tape out the outline of the products on the floor with painter's tape. And that way I could just really kind of visualize it and get a feel of how everything was going to look. It's funny because as we were planning it out, the whole kind of plan that I had was totally different than the plan we ended up with, which just shows that sometimes you just have to get into a space, literally put tape on the floor and just reconfigure things. I want to show you guys what we've kind of mapped out. So when you walk in here, there's actually gonna be a wall, a little mini wall, and this is gonna be James's editing suite. And the wall's only gonna go up till about here. And then you walk in on this side, and this is where the kitchen is going to be. So there's gonna be storage cabinets here, counter going across here. This is getting removed. This is gonna be a harvest table with a pendant light coming down from there. And then on this side, this is gonna be, Alana, which desk do you want? Claim it now. So we're gonna have 4 desks here, a TV on the wall so we can watch cuts up here. And then along this wall, I'm so excited for this. Chico's measuring now. This is just gonna be wall to wall, floor to ceiling shelves. This is gonna be in front of the shelves so we can climb up and get to them. And then over here is going to be a couch, a rug, maybe like a pendant light, but just like a lounge area. Look, it's casting a pink hue in here. Meant to be. So now that you know where everything's going, I wanted to walk you through my mood boards for each section of the studio. So let's start with the little entryway. Alana and I have been pinning images like crazy, and Alana actually found this really awesome pin of these vintage lockers. They're painted pink and they're just so fun. So we wanted to do something like this in the studio because we need a place to put our bags and our jackets and our boots in the winter. Because this space is so open, we need something that has clothes storage. So I thought the lockers was a great idea. You can actually find these secondhand on Kijiji, which is a site here in Canada. Maybe you guys have that internationally, kind of like Facebook Marketplace. But there are tons of lockers for sale. So we're gonna pick some lockers up and then we're gonna paint them. That's gonna be a really fun DIY. I also will say, make sure you are subscribed to this channel because we're gonna be documenting this whole studio transformation, which is gonna be epic. So the lockers are gonna go right up against that 7-foot wall we're building, and it creates a little bit of a divide. At first, I really thought that I wanted everything to be open, but that's just not realistic in a space where, you know, we're gonna have lots of stuff. We're gonna have jackets, we're gonna have coats. Those are the same things. Also, DIY Danny has mentioned that she wants to come in and do a DIY in the space. So we're actually thinking she's gonna do some sort of like tile in the entryway with paint. So it's gonna really help kind of like divide that space. I also want to mention that the door is being painted pink. This is one of the most beautiful doors I've ever seen. I made sure to put in caps to the landlord, keep the door, because it's just beautiful. So moving on to the kitchen, which is this entire wall. So you're gonna have the entryway, you're gonna turn left, and that's where the kitchen is going to be. This is gonna be one of the backdrops that we film stand-ups, which is what I'm doing right now. So you probably won't see this brick wall as much, actually. So this is gonna be just like a galley kitchen filled with tons of cabinets, a fridge, hopefully a beautiful retro looking fridge. I found this image on Pinterest of this beautiful olive green and pink kitchen, and not a lot of kitchens speak to me, but this one did. I think that this is gonna be such a fun opportunity to do something that I wouldn't normally do in my own space or like a residential space. Because this space is so open, we need storage. So the kitchen is actually gonna double as kind of like a storage place to put our equipment, like our tripods and lights and all of that stuff. So we're gonna have a really tall cabinet on the left side of the kitchen, and then we're just going to continue those cabinets all across this wall. So it's gonna give us tons and tons of storage. We don't have that many kitchen-y things that we need. We're gonna be heating things up for lunch in the microwave or making coffee in the morning, but we're not gonna be like cooking in this studio. We're also gonna have open shelves to put some pretty dishware on. I think we're definitely gonna do this kind of like sponge paint effect to the wall. So I'm not painting the wall just like a flat pink. I think I'm gonna use a sponge and water, similar to an episode I did for Make My Space Work, which I'll link up here. Give it just like some dimension and some depth, and again, to do something different that I wouldn't normally do in my own home. I also knew that I wanted a really large harvest table so that Alana and I could film DIYs, a space for people to sit if we have meetings and they come into the office. I mean, that's not really happening that much anymore, but also just a space for people to eat their lunch. I found this one from EQ3. My friend Lauren has it in her house, and I think it's just going to be perfect. You guys know I love Casa Chic. Saw these chairs on her website. I'm gonna see if I can snag them if there's still some left. I love the light pink hue to these chairs, and I think they're gonna look really good with the harvest table. This beautiful gold pendant is hopefully going to be hanging above the harvest table. I wanted to just like make this bold and beautiful. Also, I will say that these design plans might change as we start purchasing things and like putting them in the space, but it'll be fun to have this video to look back on what my original ideas were. So that's the kitchen area. I'm hoping you guys can picture it. Now let's move on to the desk space. In this area, we are having 4 desks go right against the wall. And I found these desks from a Toronto office furniture retailer. And I love how they have a space for all your cords to go in like the top of the desk. So I think these are gonna look really sleek. Alana and I are always collaborating, so we wanted our desks to be together. And I also just think that's a nice kind of environment to have when you work with people, is to be able to like share ideas and kind of share a larger table. Noting that there is other spaces if people want to work alone, there's going to be other spaces like that harvest table in the studio that they can go work at. As for desk chairs, I'm not entirely sure what chairs I want. I need something that is comfortable. Obviously, we might have to sacrifice style for comfort.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
And then one more thing, hopefully we're gonna have a big TV right at the end of the desks, and I wanna get the frame TV, the same one that I have in my living room with the birch frame, but in a smaller size. And I wanna put that on the wall so that we can watch cuts of videos, just have like a big, basically monitor to look at and to collaborate on. It's gonna be so nice to have James in the office with us. He's been editing from home. To be able to collaborate on videos and watch them together and make edits in person is gonna be such a game changer, so I can't wait. It's gonna be great. Alana and I also have a whole episode dedicated to decorating our desks. We're gonna do like a stationery haul. I don't know about you guys, but I love stationery, and there's so many cute things we've had our eye on, so we're gonna dedicate a whole video to that. Alana and I also have a dream to DIY a massive floor to ceiling calendar to keep us all organized and on track. So that video will also be coming out in our studio series. We're just gonna do like so many cool videos, so you don't wanna miss it. Make sure you are subscribed. Go subscribe. Pause the video, go subscribe, and then come back. Okay, moving on to the back wall. So I wanna fill this whole entire wall with floor to ceiling shelves. This is going to be storage, but also decoration. So we found these really cute crates. They're like pastel colors. These are gonna have DIY supplies in them. We're gonna have our paint, we're gonna have art, we're gonna have props that we use. It's just gonna be this beautiful curation of all the things we love, things for upcoming shoots, and just a beautiful wall to look at. And that's where that ladder comes in that Chico found earlier on in this video. That ladder is gonna be propped somehow by the shelves so that we can actually use it and like climb up the ladder to grab things. I think it's gonna be quite stunning when you walk in to the space. It's gonna look really beautiful. And then the last kind of area in this office is a living room, basically. So I know for sure that we are gonna get this beautiful pink rug and this mustard yellow couch. Now, I don't usually pick a mustard yellow in any kind of decor situation, but I love this couch so much. And again, I'm like, let's have fun with it. Let's add in as much color as we can. So this couch is going to go into that lounge area. We're gonna have a coffee table, a sconce on the wall, and it's just gonna be a really cozy area for us to have meetings, to work if we want, just like another area to just take calls or whatever anyone wants to do. They can use the living room area for that. And then lighting. So these are the lights I want to use in the studio. I can't really decide where they're gonna go. I know for sure the gold pendant that I showed you earlier is gonna go above the harvest table. I thought it would be cool to have 3 of the same pendant kind of hanging in the center of the room. TBD. Also, I know so many of you are gonna be like, you see Alexandra Gater IKEA light. I think that's a mood. I think that's very on brand, but we'll see. I'm like, I don't know if I can use that light anywhere else, but we'll see how it all comes together. Because this building needs a lot of work still, I'm not sure when the series will be launching. I'm hoping it will be launching in November. So you can just come on the journey with us to seeing this whole space be totally flipped into a beautiful, beautiful, bright and airy office for Team AG. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing our ideas for the studio. So now you have a clear picture of what we're visualizing. And then later on when we launch the series, you can see, you know, in real life how it's all coming together. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Head to squarespace.com to start your free trial and use my code for 10% off your first website or domain. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.